Alright, hello, welcome to the PhotoSystem tutorial, and in this video you'll learn how to use the PhotoSystem plugin. So I've got a ride here that we can use the tutorial for, and this applies to any ride that you have. Yep. Right, so what you want to do, you want to start off by opening your plugin. You'll bring up a screen like this. Now, none of these work. Don't press update because it doesn't work yet. Okay, but it doesn't work properly. Right. Now, you want to press physics, and then this will be any name of your ride. So this is called speed. Okay, that's the name of this ride. So that's what I'll name it. Alright? Okay. Press confirm. Brings back to the screen and it's added all your folders. Okay. So this will be your remote events and your client events. Hold on. Right. Okay. Let's delete that. There we go. Right. So now what you have is that speed is a folder in your client and your server. Okay, so we can close that now. Right. There we go. Right, okay, so now what you want to go over to your equipment that you have and then place it wherever you'd like it to be. So I'm going to put mine here because this is the ride photos section, and I'll just stick that there. Okay, right, this is your screen model. This will be the part that will display your ride photo UI. Well, in simpler words, it will just display the photo that's taken on the ride. But now I will make many as I want. So just quickly copy some of these over. So find out the increment for it. There we go. Right. Make sure you number these as well. So any screen you add, just keep going up. Otherwise you're gonna have issues. Okay. Alright, so I'll just make 10 screens for now because that's all we need. So this will be 6. You can do these in like any order you like. It might be up, down, up, left, up, down. It could be in any order, but just as long as they're all numbered after each other. If you can find a quicker way to do this, please let me know. I would happily include that in this tutorial. Okay. Okay. Alright, there you go. So now that we've got our screens in, just pull them down because it looks a bit high. Okay. Okay. So these are our screens now. Now I swear to God, if this doesn't stop, I swear to God. Right. So right, hold on. Right, so now you want to place your trigger where you want it. So this will be here. So I'm going to put it here because obviously there is a ride camera here. So there we are. So now you don't have to make that to 1 because it automatically does it when you join the game. Okay. Alright. Now, if you want to set how long it takes to load your server photos, you can change that by doing this. That will obviously wait until it will start playing or doing the function that it's assigned to do. Okay, right. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to go into our ride photo UI and we're actually going to set the adorning to one of these screens, but yeah. Okay, and then obviously parent it to starter GUI. Okay, so as you can see, the train doesn't really match, to be honest. But here's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna grab one of your trains. Okay, this could be any train. You know, as long as they're all the same, then it doesn't really matter. But what we're gonna do is that we're gonna bring that out, okay, like that. Name that display train so we know it's stupid photo, and anchor it. There we go. I'll also delete all the welds in it as well because that's bound to cause something. That is a lot. Jeez. Right. Okay. Just making sure I didn't delete any welds from the other train. Alright. Okay. So, now after you've done that, you want to go back to start a GUI, where your ride photo UI is. Then, what you want to do, you want to go into viewport frame and just drag all of these out, okay? Out into workspace, so you can actually see them. Okay? Alright, so it might be sticking into the ground, but there is a slight solution that we can do for now. We can just bring... Never mind. Clearly that's the way my game is built. But if we just copy the position over to the display train and obviously the orientation, and it might not be exactly perfect, so obviously you can just rotate it with the pivot axis. Okay. Alright, we can delete that now. So this is now what you're dealing with. Okay, so now you want to put your dummies where you would like them. So obviously I'll put this one here. And this is really important. You've got to remember the names of these dummies because it will actually matter when it actually takes the photo. Because I know someone will probably mess it up. And then they'll probably be asking, why is this dummy not in the right seat? Sorry guys, I don't know what happened there, but for some reason it just stopped recording. So I'll basically just explain where we just left off. So basically I duplicated all of these dummies, okay? So that's named seat 1, that's named seat 2, that's named seat 3, and that's named seat 4. That named seat 5, seat 6, seat 7, seat 8, right? And it'll make sense in a minute now. Then after that, I came over to the car over here. What I did, I grabbed my seat model, well, every seat in the car from its parent, and then obviously modeled that seat, which would be called bar 1, which actually links to seat 1, so it gets the right player in the seat. Okay, since that's bar 1, this would be seat 1. Then you get bar 2, shall be seat 2. and so on. Okay, so all you do, just group them and name the model to bar one. You got to group them individually, so you'll be like that. And the seat part actually needs to be named just seat. And it needs to be in a model called photo card. So what I've just done, I've just clicked this model photo cards, and then I've pressed model car one. Now I gotta mention car one is, well, these models, any models from here on, so say now I put 10 or 6 then it will take 6 photos from that specific train. So it could be good for like multi-car trains, but obviously since it's a Eurofighter, it will just have car one. Okay, and obviously yet again you have got to name them like that. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna carry on. Now after you've done that, okay, you want to find your trigger, and if it doesn't have, if it's like this, just hanging on its own at you, please just put them in 2 models. Like, it will make sense now. But so how this works is that when you if you go to your client folder, okay, trigger train detected dot value, okay, detects what train has been it's taken the photo. You go to the server folder, and you see where it says dot parent dot parent dot parent dot name. It's trying to get the train name. Okay, so that's why I've done. Oh crap. Okay, this is an absolute. Let's carry on then. I apologize, guys. I just accidentally closed my studio. Well, here we are. Just wait for everything to load. There we go. Alright. So where were we? We were at the server photos. Okay, yeah. So as I was explaining, obviously it's trying to get the train name from the script. So obviously when you click the car, now which I'll do, because obviously when it says dot parent dot parent dot parent, it will actually do dot parent dot parent dot parent. Now, as I said, and now we'll obviously get the train name. So yeah, as I said, I think I might not have said because my recording was cut off, but it's really like vital that you probably do this like before you start scripting your operating system, because like the way it's built, it probably won't even make your ride work mostly. So you can either rescript it. Well, there's no other option really, is there? Well, unless if you are literally just creating your ride, then obviously, you know, I'd suggest you the PhotoSystem before. Maybe something that will find a another path around that will be in another update in the future. So now, since that is, well, obviously modified now and ready to go, we can get rid of that now. Well, no, not get rid of it, just close it a minute, and we can grab these seat dummies and the car, and we can pull them back into our ride photo UI. Okay, so we're gonna go to right start GUI, right photo UI. Oh, sorry, remember to put it to viewport frame, because otherwise that's not gonna work. Okay, right, so you see what's going on here. Now there is a fix, okay, so just bear with me. So now what you want to do is that oh, what the hell is going on over there? Right, okay, I don't know why there's all of that in there, but right, what we're gonna do, right, you guys probably won't do this because I'm stupid, and I've just decided to include every single train on the planet in there. So, right, just take them out for a minute. And obviously fix it all back up, because otherwise there's going to be issues. Alright, train 4. Oh my god, honestly, I actually hate Roadblock Studio. Like, it's actually unbelievable how bad it is. Like, I didn't even select it all. Like, okay. Yeah, this travesty this is. Okay, after that we are now back. We apologise for any inconvenience caused. But we will now parent them back to wherever they came from. Right, I don't know where train 1 is, but yeah, looks like we've lost it. Okay, alright, doesn't matter. So, obviously then we put this back into there as well. Okay, right. So now that's all back together now, we will now go back into where we just came from. And now you can obviously adjust it. So what you do to do that is that, oh yeah, put them in the world model, because otherwise your accessories will not work. Okay, right, so what you can do now to move this about, so you can do this, which obviously moves it on the screen over there, as you can see. So obviously just try and figure out which way goes which. So I'll just quickly adjust it a minute. I think we could drag it a little bit closer. Guess it doesn't have to capture the entire car, it just has to capture all the people, I suppose. And obviously you can still rotate it if you wish. So maybe you'd like it to be like that. Obviously I'll make it like that for now. You know, what you like is what you will get by modifying this. Okay, now if you want to change like the background, maybe you can add you can maybe change gradient. You know, you could just delete the gradient, thinking about it, and just make it a solid background color. You know, do that. Or we could just have a gradient, but we could change it, maybe. We could make that blue and maybe, well, if this is orange and, well, black, can make some sort of like that, you know? But it depends what suits you. Because this is your ride at the end of the day. But we'll just keep it at that for now. Yeah, well, you can do anything. You can also add an image label in the background. Maybe a bit of text. Obviously, you know, it's something that you will have to modify yourself. Okay, right. Now, you've done that. You can go put your ride photo UI back into your client folder, which will be below. Okay, delete the adorning. Okay, and now what you can do is that you can actually modify your till UI now. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly delete that. I don't know why there's two, but assuming one of them has the photo screen enabled, one doesn't. Alright, they're both the same. Alright, you won't get that problem anyway because you've only just started doing it. And I tried doing it before this session, and yeah, I might have forgotten to delete all the folders. Okay, right, so now what you want to do is that you want to grab this. Just basically set all the transparencies to 0. This is what it will look like. Oh, well, except for, we'll obviously set your image transparency to that. Set your text transparency to that. So this is what it will look like when you start. Now, you can do anything. You could probably change the logo if you wanted to. It could be, I don't know. I'm trying to look for my logo right now. Once I find my logo, I will I'll put it on there. Okay, so when yeah, just okay, right? I'll just make it that for now. Well, actually, no, that doesn't really look right. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just keep it at the PhotoSystem logo. All right, keep it like that. All right, but you can still change the background. It could be, I don't know, could be green, red. Yeah, you could turn the gradient like that. Can make it rotate if you have a script. I mean, I'm not stopping you, so you know. But that is very taxing for a client-side photo system. But obviously, I'm not gonna change it because obviously, you know, this is up to you. And obviously, just make sure that after you've done, just make sure to do that. Might be in there actually. Yeah. Also, right. Yeah. Just make it all back to 1. Because in the script, what it does is that turns the transparency all the way up. So it starts it up. Okay. Right. Now, obviously, to select the other ones, it's actually a little bit easier. All you got to do is just press visible, and then obviously any gradient, any image label. This will probably be your park logo or something. I don't know. Anything suits you. That needs to say. It does say that, but obviously it blends in with the gradient, so you might not see that upon initial startup, but it's fine. Don't worry, because obviously, you know, that's where your gradient would come in. Obviously, we've changed that to red. That's when you can see it. Okay, but it doesn't matter because it's all the same thing anyway. All right. Okay, and then after you've done modifying that, just tick off the button. Okay, and the same with every single one of these. Just whatever you do not duplicate any of these, please. Unless if you definitely know and have a really good scripted knowledge and know exactly what you're doing, okay? Because trust me, as soon as if I find out, right, that one of you have duplicated one of these and asking why it's not working, I will literally flip out. And I'll probably kick you from the server. No, I'm joking, I won't, but we'll just carry on with the modification. Okay, now pretty much that is it. Like, so obviously, you know, your ride photos, events, those are there. And what we'll do now, we'll actually test the game. So what we're gonna do, thankfully the transfer track, it actually just works. So obviously you know, anything that has anything to do with your right, so we've already got our first problem. Screen count. So obviously your ride won't work. Now by the time this tutorial has been uploaded, I would have updated the plugin and that would have been in there. Just don't really know why it's not in there now. Yeah, it's not in there now for some reason. But it will be when you update the plugin. So obviously what I'll do for now, I'll just create a... You don't have to do this. I gotta remind you, you do not have to do this because... What the hell is he doing that for? Okay, right. Yeah, the properties are kind of a bit messed up at the minute. Yeah, I don't know why it does that, but it doesn't matter anyway. Screen count. But yeah, that's the value of this. Alright. Now we join back in the game again. There's no other issue, it was just that. So now obviously when we play the game, there shouldn't be any more errors. There obviously will, because you know that's just how everything works, suppose. It's always going to be an issue. And now how my ride system works, I have to go and obviously turn it on. Jesus Christ! And if I just did it automatically, like, okay, right. Turn on engineer access. Right now I can open these. Oh, no, don't want to open that yet. Alright. So I'm going to switch track over just so I can have this train on. Now, if you have multiple trains on the track, what you could do actually, you could just duplicate. You could just delete the rest and obviously duplicate that one that you've modified, which might be a quicker way of doing it. I would have thought. Alright. I'm going to bring it on now. I'll obviously sit in it so you can show that it does work properly. Okay, there we go. So we're going to pull that on now. Obviously, you will see that there will be a lot of issues. Okay, right. So that is a massive issue with my ride as well. Well, I kindly inform you guys that this is not how it works. Like, I have actually no idea why it's done that, but... Hey, Roblox, what can I say? Alright. What we can do, though, is that we can switch it back and we can just regen it. Okay? Right. Thankfully, I do have a regen system on my right, so... Right, I think what's happened is that, yeah, well, train 2's on there anyway, so it's fine. Okay, right. So we're just gonna regen it now. I will pull it back on. Let me press this so it can stop on the transfer. Which will obviously allow it to stop on transfer. I'm obviously going to make sure that it does get all the way, or otherwise there will be issues. Come on. Come on. Alright. Yes, as you can see, my ride's not the most reliable, but, oh well. It is Roblox. Alright, so now obviously when this ride goes around now, it will take the photo. Obviously, some of your scripts might sadly be broken, but Alright, so obviously if you get that now what that might be is that obviously let me select the train. So string expected dot nil, so trigger dot parent dot parent dot parent dot name, trigger dot train detected dot line. So yes, that will be fixed as well because it's actually the wrong way round. But obviously, if it does come like that, which it shouldn't because I would have updated it after this, it needs to be the other way around. Okay, so it would be trigger.trainDetected.value equals trigger name.parent.parent.parent.name. Okay, which obviously we will test it again now, and it should take the photo when you go on the ride. Okay. Because it seems to have got to the part where it does, well, it fires the client on the server so it can, well, see, makes the event useful and actually works. So what we're going to do, we're going to just really turn on all that. We'll see, open that. I don't need to open that because that doesn't control the entire thing, but okay. Right. So we're going to insert it back on now. Gotta wait for it to go all the way across now because for some reason this is going extremely slow. Probably because I'm testing the studio, but here we are. Just gonna make sure it does get on perfectly. Okay, right, there we go, that's on. Wait for it to stop. Make sure it does. I think it's doing this because it is in the studio. If you are going to test your PhotoSystem on physics, I really do suggest you do test it in game, not on studio, because you can have a very temperamental ride experience on the studio, and it would be very hard to just test for your PhotoSystem. And basically, what I'm trying to say is just test in game. It's a lot easier. Alright, now obviously this is where we go through every single error. Just don't worry about any of this. You don't need to know about any of this. Same with this as well. Okay, yep. Alright, so we've run into the issue again where it will all be updated by the time I post this tutorial, okay? Trust me, okay? It will all be updated so that there will be no issues and you don't have to do any of this, okay? So when your train detected value, because it's an object value, it doesn't need the name, it just needs the parent. Okay? So that's what we're gonna do, right? And that will work. Like there is no two ways about that. That will work. Okay. If it doesn't, then we've got a long road ahead of us, honestly. Hopefully this will be the last time that we test it. Obviously, as I said, it will be updated. Just do what I said before all of this error started happening, and it should work, because obviously these are just the old values that I've had in the servers. Well, in the plugin script, not the server script, because server script is doing what it needs to. Okay, right, we're just going to wait for that to go across now, and then we will add the train on, and that should be our last time testing this, because it should work, and if it doesn't, then I'm probably going to cry. Okay, right, let me put that on. Okay, right. That should get off fine. Don't know if I'm starting that yet. Okay, right, now that's added on, we can... Very tricky to get the system working on Studio, especially with this, right? Might be different with yours. Yours might run just as buttery smooth on Studio as it would in game. But realistically, it should be better on Studio because Studio doesn't actually run off a Roblox server. It just kind of your own kind of server that you test on. That's really not made that orange track. It is meant to be painted pink, but here we are. Okay, right, let's go. Yep, there we go. So that has taken the photo now. Now this will determine that something either has been deleted or it's not. So obviously I'll just jump off now. And as you can see, there's your wonderful ride photo. Now obviously when I turn this on, okay. Realistically, your rides still work, well, except for when... Yeah. The bars are meant to open, but obviously, you know, because it's modeled differently, it doesn't work. And the username and password for this till would actually be in your data folder, which is part of your till model, okay? So we go to your tills folder, go to number 1, data, password and username would be there. You can change that and it will be what the username and password is. That's another part of the modification that you can do. So obviously if the username is till username, what I'll do for now, I'll name it speed photos, just to show that it works. Speed photos, till password. Okay. Obviously that's named till username. Then obviously that'll be till username. Till password. Ah, yeah, I've made an error. Okay. It's till password, not till password. So I put just one L there. But now it should work. And that's pretty much an example of, well, if it works, it works. Okay, in the purchases section, this is where you have your little nice UI. Obviously you can add an item. I've set a price in it, but you can obviously change it if you wish. Obviously how many items you add is how much the price will add up to. And you can obviously modify these any way that you like. I don't know why it's done that, but obviously when it should be when you cancel, it does actually get rid of the price, but for now that doesn't work. But your photo number will work, okay? So when you press number 1, it will display the photo that it has on there. And then when you press display photo, it will come on that screen with that. Hey, and not too bad, you know. And then obviously for one of the other updates, we will have Obviously, if there's no photo there, then obviously it'll just not work. Okay, alright. And there we are. Right. That's back. You could log out. Okay. But yeah, that's it. Now, obviously you want to turn it off. You press the red button down there. Okay. Now, we do have another thing on this, and that's our group lock. So, obviously, these will be for your tills. This feature's kind of like very unreliable. It might not work, it might work. I haven't actually tested it, but obviously I will test that at some point in the near future, which obviously then if we'll decide if I need to update it or not. But yeah, that's it really. That should be all now that you need. And yeah, that's pretty much the tutorial. It will work the same for any other ride you got. So if you wanted to add another ride, for example, all you got to do is just do the same process again. So start setup, physics, and then obviously, you know, your name of your ride. I don't know, drenched, for example. It will create a new folder with all your stuff in it. So you press Ctrl C on that because we don't need that. Okay, right. That's gonna be it. Okay, right. So thank you for watching the tutorial. If you've got any questions or you've got any concerns, please let me know in the server, in the support/help chat. If there's any bugs you need to report that you haven't seen in this tutorial, then please come board, because it will really help me, and it will help you and a lot of other people as well. Okay guys, I'll see you soon.